Hey guys, so we're gonna do a little bit more work on this League of Legends diorama. We'll get into that right after the video. I'm gonna do some airbrushing today. I moved my camera mount that I usually have up there. I attached it to a pull-out on my desk over here, so I have it facing in the spray booth. So we'll get into it right after the intro. Alright guys, so back to this League of Legends diorama. I'm going to actually sit this in the spray booth. We'll take a look at it over here. And the colors I'm going to be using, I'm going to use all Kaleidos because most of the paintwork's already done. And I'll show you that when we get into it. I use some rust, what is it called? Both of the colors of Rust-Oleum flat red primer, and the other color I used is also by Rust-Oleum, but I don't have it anymore because it made me mad because it lost its propellant and I pitched it in the garbage can. But it is dark green. Yeah, no, not dark green. It's walnut. It was walnut. That's what it was. And Kaleido colors that we're going to use, there's deep olive green, which is K106. Deep olive green. And we're going to be using Armor Carbon, K121. And we're going to be using Artillery Green, which is K124. And Armor Gray, which is K120. So, and the reason why I chose to use these is because these aren't normally colors I would probably use on a car model anyway. And I really don't do military type stuff. So, I didn't figure it would be too big of a loss to use some of it on this. So, and we're not going to we're only going to be touching in certain spots, and then later on we're going to be adding like moss. And I actually cut it apart for a small, I don't want to call it a river, but like a stream. Then we'll be putting some color in that, and then I'm going to be putting, dumping some resin in there for the water. So, all right, let me get you over on this camera mount. We'll get into this. Alright guys, I'm just shaking up some paint here quick. Once I get spraying, I'm going to probably just edit this with some music because I'm going to have the spray booth going, the compressor going. It's going to be kind of noisy anyway, so I'll probably just let you watch along, and I'll hold, when I'm switching colors, I'll hold the color up in front of the camera so that you can see which one I'm going to. I'm going to start with the Artillery Green. So, all right, guys. Let me grab my respirator, turn the stuff on, and we'll get her going. Also, I'm not going to clean the airbrush between colors, because if they blend a little bit, it's not a big deal. So, all right, guys. I hope you enjoy this. Alright guys, for the next part we're going to use just regular acrylic craft paint. You get Walmart pretty much anywhere. King's Gold, dark blue gray, and some black. And just like painting a car, you always start with your light colors first, then go to your dark colors. Grab one thing out of my... And then even when I do my, when I did my rat rod, I use these, just makeup applicator, the sponge wedges that show up in the, there you go. They're like super cheap. Go to like Dollar Tree or Dollar General, you can get them for like $2. And then what I do, because this is like 290 degree, I just go like this and tear some of it off to make more of an organic like look when you're... And what we're trying to do with these colors is we're just trying to pick out highlights. Like when I added the black in, down here, that was to show shadow from these ridges a bit. And I ain't no professional at this either. I mean, I basically wing it, and the way it turns out is how it turns out. So put a little bit of this, I just use a regular index card, dump some paint on it. And then you just go like this, dab both sides, and then dab it off a bit, because you're just kind of dry brushing, but you're doing it with a sponge. And then you just pick out. So it's just my hand's going to be in the way, but I'll do a little bit, and then I'll show you what it's. See, you're just trying to pick out highlights. It's to show depth, so that you have like, because the light's going to hit the high spots of anything first and then cast shadows. So that's all you're trying to do, is just pick out the highlights. It's actually kind of fun. I hope this encourages somebody to... Oop, I got a little bit too much there. I hope it encourages somebody to try it. I mean, it's pretty inexpensive to get into it, because these craft paints are only like $1 a bottle, or whatever. If you catch them on sale, you can get them for 50 cents or something like that. So yeah, hopefully you guys will go think this is pretty cool. And like I said, I get you're probably not into like League of Legends and stuff like that, but I guess the takeaway can be from this is maybe to try a diorama for your cars, like I said in my previous video, and just have fun with it. I mean, don't worry about making mistakes. It's kind of like building your model. I mean, build it your way, right? And you can look at different landscape things, and that's what I try to do. That with everything I do, just try to have fun with it. And I made a lighthouse for my wife out of a book. Maybe I'll show you guys that sometime. I didn't make the lighthouse itself, but the whole diorama out of the book I made. Yeah, just keep whatever you think looks good. It's kind of like let your inner Bob Ross come out, you know what I mean? Make you some happy little mountains or something like that. And you don't even have to add this color everywhere. Like, I'm probably going to add a little bit more like down in this area, and then switch colors, because it's supposed to be kind of a... I don't really know what League of Legends is about. So I'm just trying to take a post-apocalyptic approach to it, because that's what these characters kind of remind me of. So yeah, if you decide to try this, just have fun with it. especially if it's something like this, where like it's not a real world that these characters are from. So I mean, since they're not real characters, can you really do it wrong? It's whatever you can pull out of your mind that if you think it looks right and it makes you happy and you can look at it and be proud of yourself, that's the win. That's what you're looking to do. I can guarantee you not every model I build makes everybody happy, and that's fine. I mean, it's nice when people do appreciate your work, but if you're having fun with it and it brings you joy, that's the win. That's what you're looking for. All right. So you can see how it's starting to make it look more three-dimensional now. So now we're going to go to this dark blue-gray. And I would probably recommend each level maybe do a little less. And even on this index card, don't worry about, I'm going to put this paint right on this. If some of it mixes together, that's fine. It just gives you another dimension of color that... Oh, you hear that? Here, check this out. I want to show you guys this. Hear that bottle? Listen to this one. These paints, when I get them, I don't remember what channel I was watching. It was a couple of years ago on YouTube. I was watching the guy buy stainless steel nuts, and he puts them in the bottle of paint, and it's like a mixing ball in there. So just something to... I actually forgot I did that, because I don't really use these that often anymore. Oop, I just dropped it right. Look at that. Dropped it right in the paint. That's right. I'm not chuckling out loud, but trust me, I'm laughing at myself because it's just ridiculous. But and then just do the same thing with a sponge. Get your little paint on there, and don't even switch sponges. Just use the one you're using. Same thing. Just dip it in the paint, and then just go like this and dab it off. And then do the same thing. Just pick out some different spots. Try to pick out where, because like the way I look at this, there might be shadows here. You know, if the light source is coming from this way. So you want to keep that in mind, because that is pretty important. You want to, wherever you decide your light source is coming from, that's how you want the light to reflect. So say the light source is coming over here. You're not going to have a shadow over here, right? Because that's where the light source is hitting. So the shadow would be on this side. So kind of keep that in mind when you're... there is some rules to it, but just have fun with it. Just let your mind wander. And gosh, I almost sound like Bob Ross, don't I? Whew. That's all right. I like Bob Ross. He makes me happy. I like his analogies and his happy little trees. And probably not going to use a lot of this gray because I've already got a lot of gray tones in there. Maybe just pick out a few spots. And then the black, when you get to the black, that's another layer of shadowing. So if my light source is coming this way, the black is going to be over here as well. Or if if it's coming this way, then the shadows are going to be down over here. So here, I'm going to show you guys this quick, because we're gonna create another dimension of color. I'm going to totally mix these two together. See how it kind of muddied it up a bit? And I'm going to show you here quick why I'm going to do that, because this right here is where I carved out that cavity for that for the river. So we're going to because like I said, I have sod and stuff that I'd bought. So we're going to kind of like dabble this in a little bit and kind of represent maybe a little bit of grass peeking through. Because you want to get that river where it's river or stream, whatever you want to call it, where you want it to show like it's down in the ground. So you have to highlight the edges so that it pops out. And I'm going to try to get the some of the water up in here, like there's a little pond, like it floods over right here. So I'm going to have one of the characters is sitting right here and the other one's right there. So and you don't want to like you know, this can represent vegetation down underneath the water because you don't want it this isn't a happy scene, so you don't want to like use bright colors like blues and stuff like that because it's supposed to be post-apocalyptic and kind of dark. And so I think what I'm going to do now is I think maybe I'll paint some of this into that crevice down there. Then when I mix up the water for in here, I'm going to put maybe a hint of brown so it looks kind of murky. And all right, I think that's where we're going to leave it for now, and I don't want this video to run like forever. So all right, I'm going to get you back over there and we'll close this video out, and give me 1 second. All right, guys, well, I hope you like my little tutorial of how I'm doing this diorama. They are super fun. I hope somebody, one of my viewers out there, gives it a try, or because it's nice to be able to let your mind let go and like do what you want to do. And I've said this before, even when I build my models, I don't build with rules because I want to have fun building my models. Sometimes I'll let the rules apply depending on what kind of car it is, but a lot of times, if it's say it's a 70 GTO Judge and say they all came factory red, it don't matter to me. If I think it's going to look totally badass making it metallic blue, I'm going to make it metallic blue. So just have fun with your stuff no matter what it is. Dioramas, models, let yourself let it make you happy. That's the whole point of us doing this, right? So all right, guys, thanks much for hanging in there with me and checking my content out, liking and subscribing, and give me a thumbs up, send me some comments, let me know what you think of this diorama so far. And the next video I'll probably add the vegetation. I might do the water off camera because it's going to take a while for that to set up, the material that I use for that. Let me show you that real quick. I got it right here. Oh, that's my scenic glue. That's not it. This is what I use. It's called Realistic Water. It's pretty expensive, I'm not going to lie. This bottle's only 16 ounces, and it was, well, it retails for $23.99. Hobbytown had it on sale for $20.99. And I bought this like 2 years ago. So that's what the label looks like. And you pour this stuff. Don't shake it because it'll create air bubbles. So yeah, that's what I'm going to use to pour the water. And you can use food coloring or whatever. But don't add a lot because like food coloring is like very concentrated. It only takes a couple drops depending on how big you're pouring. So, all right, guys. I'm going to get out of here and stop babbling. Thanks for tagging along. I appreciate you. All right, man. Catch you in the next video. Be well, my friends. Bye.